Hello, welcome to Budget Beauty, where I help you look flawless for less. Welcome back, and a special welcome if you're new here. My name is Jen and this is Budget Beauty. Today, we're talking about eyeshadow palettes. If you follow my channel, you know that I did a hashtag 30 palettes in 30 days challenge, where basically I used 30 different palettes over the course of 30 days of putting on makeup. I shared the palette, the look that I created with you in an update video. I will link the original video where I started the challenge and the final results in the update video down below for you. Over the course of those 30 to 45 days, as I used those palettes, I acquired so many new palettes. And when I say so many, 47 new palettes over the last 30 to 45 days that I haven't even tried yet. I haven't swatched them. Some of them I haven't even opened them up. So I am here today to share with you another eyeshadow palette challenge. I can't wait to talk to you guys all about how I'm going to utilize these 47 new palettes. So if you are excited, give this video a big thumbs up. And if you're new and you haven't yet subscribed, I would love to have you here. Hit the subscribe button and click the bell right next to it so you never miss a single video. I do upload several times a week. I will link all of the palettes that I share with you today along with those videos down in the description box. The makeup that I'm wearing in today's video if you'd like to recreate this look. And of course, don't forget to follow me on TikTok for more beauty on a budget. So let's talk about 47 palettes that I'm completely ashamed that I've never used. Here they are, 47 eyeshadow palettes that are new over the last 30 to 45 days. Clearly I have a problem. I'm okay with it, but I am so excited to use these eyeshadow palettes. I purchased all of these myself because I am excited about them. So I can't wait to actually dig in to these palettes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share all of the palettes with you. Now, like I said, I've purchased all of these palettes, whether they were purchased directly or whether they were in a paid for subscription box, and I haven't even tried any of these. I'm literally so ashamed. I mean, I'm excited to have all these palettes, but I'm ashamed that I haven't even broke into these. So my goal is the next 47 days that I put on makeup, I'm going to be using the palettes in this bin. I'm going to take a picture again of the look that I create, and I'll come back to you after I've used all 47 palettes, give you my honest first impression review, show you the look that I created, and confirm and use you as my accountability that I'm using all 47 of these palettes. So today I'm going to share the palettes with you. Again, I've never tried these, so I can't give you any type of review yet, but stay tuned for the follow-up video. But I want to share with you the 47 palettes that I purchased. So you can see that I went on quite the ColourPop shopping spree, and I ordered a whole bunch of their 5-pan palettes. Some of these were on an incredible deal a couple weeks ago where they were $2 or $3 for a 5-pan palette. So the first palette is the Rumor Has It palette, and this one, I just love the color story. It's mint greens and it's purples. 5-pan palettes are really easy to use, very easy to create a look with because it's not overwhelming. Cannot wait to try this one. I also purchased the Relic palette, which is much more of a neutral palette with a really pretty gold pressed glitter in the middle. I like pressed glitters. I know that a lot of people don't like them, but I actually really like them. If you lay them down with glitter glue, they stay all day. So cannot wait to create a fall inspired look with this one. You know I love a good green eyeshadow, so the ColourPop High Society palette had to go in my cart. This is the ColourPop Too Hot, H-A-U-T palette. It's a pretty monochromatic pink palette. This one was on 80% off sale, $2.50. And then from the ColourPop Y2K collection, I had to pick up the Just a Glitch. And now I'm wondering how close these two palettes are. Okay, nope, they're different. They're definitely different. Okay, so the Just a Glitch, I'm very excited to try this one. Color story right up my alley. In Boxy Pop-Up, I added the Natasha Denona Ayana palette to my cart. I feel like I got this for like $9. These palettes are like $30 to $35, I believe, when Natasha releases these. This is another neutral color story, but as we're getting into fall, I'm definitely gravitating towards more neutral colors. From I Heart Revolution, this is the Mini Tasty Avocado palette. Again, I love greens. I love the kind of grungy greens in this palette with this nice dark brown color to deepen the outer corner. Can't wait for that one. The ColourPop Blowin' Smoke palette. Now I bought this one because it is supposed to be a dupe for the Natasha Denona palette that just came out. I can't even think of the name of it. Zion palette. This one is supposed to be a dupe for that, and apparently this silver shade in the middle is a match to her shade in that palette. That is what drew everybody in, and I think I paid $10 for this palette versus $25 for hers. Really excited to create a big smoky look. From BH Cosmetics, this is the August Birthstone palette. This is Peridot. I love BH Cosmetics, one of my favorite brands, and again, a really pretty green color story with pops of blue and pink, and this green pressed glitter, yum, it looks so good. These palettes are only $9 and the quality is out of this world. They release them every month for the different birthstones. I also picked up September's birthstone, which is the Sapphire palette, and this is a really pretty blue color story with this kind of pinky pressed glitter. I'm really excited for this. I received this Ciate London palette in a subscription box. It is a very neutral palette. Now I like it. It's perfect as we move into fall. It does have a good mix of mattes and shimmer, so I'm excited to try that. I've never purchased a Ciate London palette before. The new release from Huda Beauty, I did order one of her Wild Obsession palettes. This is the only one in the collection that really spoke to me. It is this nice kind of grungy color story, and it's a very unique color story that I haven't seen in any other palette. I have been dying to try this. This may be one of the first palettes that I try in the next 47 days. I also ordered the High Tide palette from ColourPop. This is one that I have been eyeing for so long and never bit the bullet and ordered it. And when ColourPop was having a sale, I ordered this. I love this monochromatic kind of green blue vibe. Super excited for this. Glad that I finally bit the bullet and ordered it. I also had to order the new Tinker Bell collection. I just ordered the palette from the collection because, again, green. It's a beautiful palette. I mean, beautiful palette. These shimmers, these colors in general, and this palette has rave reviews. I don't know if it's still available, but all these palettes will be linked down below for you. This is another one that I'm excited to dig into, and this packaging, million out of 10. I also ordered the Star Wars. It's called the Mandalorian The Child palette. This is another one that I've had my eye on for a while. It's those same kind of grungy fall greens. I love that it has some deeper shades for deepening up the outer corner. Really excited for this. This is another one that I've seen really good reviews on, some really pretty looks. So of course I had to pick it up. And then I ordered 3 of the ColourPop monochromatic palettes. This is the Lilac You A Lot. So this is their purpley pink monochromatic palette. Again, I've heard really good things about these. I prefer the cardboard packaging over this plastic packaging, but I had to pick up just a few of these to try them out. Of course, I picked up the green palette, the Mint to Be, which is their monochromatic green palette, and the Baby Got Peach, which is, again, the monochromatic peach palette. I'm really excited for this really pretty pressed glitter right here. Speaking to me. Also in a boxy charm add-on, I picked up the Huda Beauty Obsessions palette in Topaz. Again, this is a very neutral, fall-inspired eyeshadow palette. I really like this color story. I am so excited that palettes are putting in this deep, dark shade, and there's quite a range in the shades of these little Huda palettes. Ninhydrin palette, I ordered these a long time ago on a pre-order. Adept is a very small indie brand, so it takes a while to get the palettes in, but these are all multi-chrome, duochrome, shifty, amazing, gorgeous shades. I've already used the Kodan palette already and love everything about this palette. These are so beautifully stunning. There is 2 matte shades in this palette. What I generally do is pair this with another palette to pull in some mattes, but these duochrome multi-chromes, love these. Like I said, Adept Cosmetics is a small indie brand. I don't even know if these palettes are currently available. They generally will do pre-orders on these. They are a little bit pricey, but you cannot beat the quality. And also from Adept, I did order the Plain Jane palette. So I have all 3 of the current Adept palettes. And again, this one is beautiful. This one does not have any matte shades. It's all duochrome, multi-chromes. The obsession is real. I also ordered from Kaleidos the Flower Punk palette. This has the coolest packaging. So the lid completely comes off. It is magnetized to the palette. I had been eyeing this palette for months and months and months. I've seen amazing looks with this palette. I never bit the bullet because the shipping was a little bit expensive, and then I just kept seeing it. I just kept seeing it pop up, so I had to get my hands on it. These 4 shades right here is the reason I bought this palette. But I do love that if I cover those up, I have a more springy look. I have a more fall winter look. So this is another one that I'm excited to dig into. From Essence, when I picked up the Coral palette that I shared in my video where I did a full look of makeup under $10, I'll link that video down below for you. I used the Essence Coral palette, and when I placed that order, I had to pick up the green one as well. I'm very curious on the quality of this. The Essence Coral one, spoiler alert, for $3 is an amazing, amazing palette. I'm hoping that this quality is equally as good. Also, on their big sale from ColourPop, I ordered this little quad. It is the Sorbet quad. It has 2 mattes and 2 absolutely gorgeous shimmers. This kind of goes with this look that I'm wearing today, this more like peachy nude look. The palette I have on today is the Laura Lee Los Angeles Nudie Patootie, and I love it. This kind of gives me the same vibes, but in a smaller little compact. When I did my BH Cosmetics order, I also ordered a couple of their Sweet Shop palettes. These came back for a very short period of time, and I have heard that the quality of these palettes is incredible. So this is the Bubblegum palette, which is all blue shades. Now, I did create a look with the Pistachio palette, and let me just tell you how many compliments I received. The shimmers, the mattes, incredible in BH Cosmetics. I love them. They're one of my favorite brands. And also from BH, in that same order, I picked up the Cotton Candy, and then of course the Pistachio palette, which is their green palette. This is their more pink purple color story. I haven't used this yet, obviously, but I am excited. This palette from B Bella Cosmetics, this is the Life in Pastel. I actually received this palette in a subscription box. It completely gives me Laura Lee Los Angeles Candy Skies vibes, which I shared that palette with you guys in my 30 palettes in 30 days. So I'm excited to try this, compare this to that palette. I am a lover of pastel, especially for springtime. I know this isn't that perfect season, but makeup is makeup. Wear it whenever you want to, and I can't wait to try this. I also had ordered a Juvia's Place mystery box because I didn't own any Juvia's Place products or palettes, and it was a really good deal for the mystery box. And this is the palette I received, the Saharan by Juvia's Place. Really pretty fall color story, and I have heard that her formula and pigmentation is incredible, so I can't wait for this. The Eye Bloom palette from Beauty Creations. I also received this one in a subscription box. It is a very rosy toned purpley neutral palette. I really like these colors. These are similar to what I'm wearing today. If I go for a more neutral look, it's either a really warm topazzy brown orange, or it's this pretty purpley pink rose gold type of shade. So this palette, I have a feeling if the quality is there, I'm really going to like my look. You know my obsession with Sydney Grace. This is another palette I have been eyeing for so long. This is one of their top sellers. This is the Enduring Love palette. I love that this is neutral with these pops of colors. This blue right here is just delicious. And this dark purple, oh, I can't wait to dig into this. If it is anything like the normal Sydney Grace quality, which I've heard that it is, I'm going to love this. One of my favorite indie brands is Alien Cosmetics. So of course I buy all of their launches. So this is the Alien Cosmetics Lore palette. Look at this. I mean, these duo chrome shifty shades, this emerald green in the middle, this baby poopy pukey green. Oh, I'm here for it. I can't wait for this. Next up is the Beauty Crop Espresso Yourself eyeshadow palette with coffee extract. So I received this one in a subscription box, very neutral. I'm excited that there's some pinky shades in here. These are some of the smallest pans I've ever seen. I don't know how I feel about this. I'll definitely report back in my follow-up video if I liked it, if the quality was there, but I'm definitely going to give it a try. From the ColourPop Astrology collection, I ordered my sign, which is The Secret Life of Scorpio. And luckily, this was one of my favorite color stories in these little quads that ColourPop released. This is just a really pretty kind of wine quad. There's 2 shimmers and 2 mattes, and it is the Scorpio one. They came out with every single sign. They were all really pretty. I didn't buy them all because I just bought 47 palettes in 30 plus days. So I just went ahead and picked up my sign, but I'm really excited to try this out. Also from the ColourPop Ice Cream collection, I picked up the Mint Chip. They did release several different little quads. This is the only one I bought because it's green. And I really, really liked the color story. I love that there's a deep brown and then this kind of orangey color to tie it all together. So this is a little quad I'm pretty excited for. From BH Cosmetics, I had to pick up the Puerto Rico palette just because it gave me fall vibes. It is neutral, but there are some pops of pink and these really bright oranges over here. I love them. So this is going to be a really pretty kind of fall Halloween look. This palette from Ditto Cosmetics, the Venus palette, I actually received this one in a subscription box, but I've heard really good things about the quality of this palette. I like that it's all in shapes of planets. They all have planet names. There's quite a few really pretty sparkly shades in here and lots of depth in the matte. So I am excited for this one. My very first Midas Cosmetics palette channel, and she was reviewing this palette. And as soon as I saw all of the beautiful colors, I knew I had to have this palette. There are so many gorgeous mattes and a few shimmers. I love the variety of colors that you receive in this palette. You can create endless looks, and I'm really excited to test out the Midas Cosmetics formula. This is also an indie smaller brand. And also from Alien Cosmetics, they released the Not Normal palette. This palette, look at these colors. Look at these grungy, delicious colors, these greens, these purples, this silvery, shifty shade. I can't wait for this. Alien Cosmetics, like I said, is one of my favorite indie brands. I generally try to purchase everything or almost everything they put out, and I have been dying to use this palette. This may actually be the first palette I use. Next up is this palette from Illamasqua. This is the Unveiled Artistry palette, and I received this one in a subscription box. Honestly, I think it's really boring. It's just your everyday neutral color story. I am not a fan of these really light shades over here. I don't know how I feel about this one. Again, we'll test it out. We'll see what the quality is, but the color story just really doesn't excite me. Then I have the Poolside palette from IBY. I received this one in a subscription box as well. I love the color story of this. It actually reminds me of the LA Girls Hey Hey Vacay palette that I also featured in my 30 palettes in 30 days video, and I loved that palette. I do like that this is bright and fun for summer, but you also have some of these richer, deeper tones for other seasons. This teal color right here, that one is really calling my name. Also, my very first purchase from Nomad Cosmetics. This is another one that I've been eyeing and hearing rave reviews about, and I finally bit the bullet and ordered it. And now they're coming out with a Halloween palette, so I'm definitely going to be ordering that as well. But this is the Nomad American Parks palette. So this color story is derived from all of the North American parks. Look at the embossment in this palette. It's trees and nature. It is so incredibly beautiful, and the color story is everything I could have ever asked for. These yellows right here, this mustard yellow and this shimmer, delish. Then I have the Ace Beauté Vintage Dawn palette. This is another one that I received in a subscription box. It is the perfect color story for fall though. You have greens and blues and golds and some of these yummy fall oranges. So I'm excited to try this. I find that Ace Beauté is pretty hit and miss formula wise. However, I also heard that they recently reformulated all their palettes. This one I think was prior to that reformulation, so we'll have to see how the quality is, but I do really love the color story. And in this cute little mermaid pack here, I have some single shadows from an indie brand called JD Glow, and they pretty much focus on like duochrome and multi-chromes. I haven't even used these yet. This shade right here is the one I'm most excited about. It is just so like shifty, goldy green. So I'm excited to try these. I'll definitely pair these with mattes from another palette, but I wanted to include them because I haven't even tried them out yet. I did purchase the Nubian 2 palette from Juvia's Place. This was on a really good sale at Ulta, and it is a very neutral color story, perfect for fall, but I love this pop of this olivey green down here and this blue. They're just really pretty pops that give it a little bit of pizzazz to what would be a pretty boring neutral palette. And again, I've heard rave reviews of the Juvia's Place formula. Next up from Lethal Cosmetics is the Lethal is Dead palette. And this is in collaboration with Teresa is Dead here on YouTube. She's one of my favorite beauty YouTubers. She's hilarious. I love this palette. This is so Teresa, but this is such a grungy, delicious palette. This yellowy green shade up here and this pukey, baby, poopy green shade in the middle are the ones that I'm most excited about, but I just really love this color story in general. It's very unique and it's very, very different, and it will be my first taste of Lethal Cosmetics. Next up is a palette from LA Girl. This is the Main Stage Desert Dream palette. This was also on a really good sale at Ulta, and after trying out the LA Girl formula in my 30 palettes in 30 days and realizing how incredibly amazing their formula is for being such an affordable brand, I had to pick this up. I just really like the color story, the blues, the purples, the pinks. It's just a really pretty, very unique color story. And again, their formula is so good for affordable drugstore. And last but not least is one of the other palettes I am so excited for. This is the Wilderness palette from Beauty Bay. As of the filming of this video, this palette sold out so fast. It is not being re-released to my knowledge. Now, if they get enough people asking for it, maybe they'll bring it back because, look at this. This is my dream come true. It is everything I would ever put into a palette if I could create my own. The greens, the blues, the yellows, the reds. I am excited for this. I have heard rave reviews about this palette. I mean, people are loving this palette and begging for Beauty Bay to bring it back. So if it's available, of course, it will be linked down below for you, whether it's available now or when I come back and give you guys an update, but so excited for this. So here they are, the 47, I'm ashamed that I've never used new palettes to enter my collection over the last 30 to 45 days. And let me tell you how excited I am to use every single one of these. Definitely stay tuned for an update video where I will be giving you my first impression review, sharing the look that I created with the palette, and we'll go over all 47 of these to see if you should spend your hard-earned money on these. I've been so sad that I haven't used these, but I wanted to make sure that I collected everything that I had ordered recently for today's video, and I can't wait tomorrow to start digging into these. So if you are as excited as I am about these 47 palettes, give this video a big thumbs up. And if you're new and you haven't yet subscribed, I'd love to have you here. Hit the subscribe button and click the bell next to it so you never miss a single video. You definitely don't want to miss the update on these babies. Check out the description box down below where I will link all 47 of these palettes as well as my 30 palettes in 30 days, 2 videos, all the makeup that I'm wearing in today's video if you'd like to recreate this look. And of course, don't forget to follow me on TikTok for more beauty on a budget. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in about 47 days for an update. Bye, friends.